Hey everybody, can you hear me? I don't know if anything I did actually worked. This is like my first stream. So if you could just type in the chat if you can hear me, then we can get started. So I know I don't have to fix anything up. Alright, sweet. Um Alrighty. You can hear the keyboard sounds? Hold on. Okay, that should be okay. Not too concerned. As long as you can hear my voice, I'm fine. Alright. So I'll just get started then. I'll put screencast keys on too. I'm not that great at commentary or idle commentary. So I sincerely hope that you don't get bored. But like this part may not be the most fun because it's just like modeling it, but like I'm gonna be texturing it, and that may be a bit more enjoyable to watch. I'll just import a few reference images though. So here's one of them. And this is the other one. Alright, so when I'm modeling swords, I like to start at the hilt or handle right there. So first things first, I want to make this low poly too, or low to mid poly, so it actually fits on the UGC characters back, or Roblox characters back. My bad. Actually, I'm gonna save this right now. UGC sword stylized. Cool. And I'll center it, and I'll just add a cylinder, and maybe I'll try 14 vertices. Maybe 12. I don't know. That looks better. Or 10. Yeah, I like 10 better. And I'm gonna scale it down. I'm gonna scale it down in edit mode. And I like to do that in edit mode as opposed to object mode, because in object mode, if you like scale an object and then you want to go to bevel it, or what's that? Let me just see if it. Okay, I guess it's not like working right now, but sometimes like the bevel angle may be a bit off. So I like to scale it in edit mode, and if the angle is a bit off, then I just apply scale to fix it. You might see that later on. That may probably made no sense at all, but yeah, it might happen later on, and I'll just tell you what's going on. So I'll scale this up according to the reference. Pretty simple stuff. And we may use a combination of concepts too. So I don't really want to stick to that reference specifically, but I will make that the pommel. I'll see how I can do that. So I'll delete that face there, and I'll tick it on the top. I'm just visualizing it. See what I can do. All right, instead of that, I'm gonna add a cube. I'm gonna delete that. Add a cube. Scale it down and rotate it on the z-axis, 45 degrees. And I'll scale it up like this. Cool. Two loop cuts in the middle, like that. And then for the pommel, I'll take this face of the top, extrude it out, and scale it out. And then I'll scale it up like this. And I don't want to close it all the way. I want to have some space here, so I'll keep it like that. Maybe make it a bit thinner. And if you guys have any questions about how I'm doing something, just feel free to ask in chat and I'll address it as well as I possibly can. For the part, oh, it's good to see you too, Grass. Thank you. For the transition between the handle and the blade, let's just scale it out. And I'll add a loop cut right there, and then I'll select this loop of faces here. Then I'll extrude it along normals. And bring that up and that up. So there's our handle, and we'll scale it down like that. And let's see, what I want to do is I want to try to get this transition to be smooth. So let's see what I can do. What are my options? All right, I'm visualizing something. You thought this was the blade? You thought, wow, wow. Ooh, that's embarrassing. I could never, personally. I could never. I'll duplicate this vertex right there, and then I'll mirror it to the other side, like this. And bring it out like that. Why? What have you been doing? Why haven't you slept in 24 hours? Helldivers 2. You've been busy playing Helldivers 2? Are you serious? Is the game actually that good? You mean bring democracy to aliens? And freedom too? And I really never understood like why that was like their mantra or something, like bring democracy to the galaxy, but like they're brainless aliens. So what are you bringing democracy to? I don't know. I don't know. It looked like a cool game, but I'm just being picky. What tickets? In my server? There's no way. Gabe, how? There's not that many tickets. People don't create that many tickets. What tickets are you moderating? I'll make more live streams, don't worry. Donations? I don't know how to set up donations. I thought it was like I thought I had to get like a certain amount of subscribers in order to do that. Am I wrong? Nah, yeah. People keep creating tickets, but they just don't even pay. It gets annoying sometimes. Like I told them, like only create a ticket if you're gonna pay, and then they create a ticket and then they ghost me. But yeah, it's whatever. I'm gonna make sure that there's some symmetry in the middle here, like that, and I will. Whoops, wrong way. Okay, and I'll bring it like that. Yeah, you said it. Trolls. I hate trolls. Can you pay in for boosts? Not right now. I don't have many rewards set up for boosters, but maybe in the future. Yeah, sometimes I use vertices. It's just helpful for getting a frame together, and then I fill it in with faces just like that. So, like, I'll fill this in with the remaining faces now. It's just helpful to get, like I said, like a frame of the shape down, like a skeleton model. You'll get the, I'll finish the Infinity Blade helmet. I promise. I promise. It will come. All right, we're upside down. Whoops. Okay. And these parts. Shut up. Oh my god. I can't stand it when you say that. It actually gets me so annoyed. Okay. Um, that better not be the finished project. Like, quiet. Shush. I'll do the things right there. By the way, I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to this. Like this specifically. So bear with me as I try to figure this out. No, I swear. The detailed style is just like for like an overview of this shape. Because this is like such a low quality image. But I'm using this one more because it's the actual 3D model, and I can actually like copy the geometry from that a lot better than from concept art. Shut up. Don't speak. How am I modeling without tracing over the image? I don't know. I guess I'm just like I'm used to just like I don't even know. I don't know. I guess it's just like experience. So I did model starting out by tracing the image, but like as over time I got better at just eyeballing it. Thank you. I mean you'll get there too. Like I promise you. Like just keep going. Um, one second. I have to have a inspirational monologue real quick, Gabe. I'll get to your question in a second. Uh, yes, news new. Keep going, okay? That's my advice to you. Keep going. Keep going. I don't know how else to say it. I don't know what else to say, but that's like the biggest advice I can give you right now is just keep going. If you know how to model, that's perfect. Just keep modeling new things, keep trying new things, keep trying new concepts, keep looking at other people and how they're doing it, and then try to make your own style, but try to use techniques from other people to make your own style, and just keep on modeling. And eventually, you're gonna be able to model this sword without tracing over a reference image, and that's pretty cool. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, I'll stop yapping now. Okay, so you asked me how to shut up, Gabe. And Graz. You know what? Nah. You guys are no longer mods. I'm firing you. Yeah, let me yap. Let me yap next time. Ungrateful fools. Okay, so for mirroring, as you asked, let me just apply this, and then I'll delete these. One second. I'll explain it in a bit. I have to just set it up for an explanation. Okay, so I have this right here, and I want to make sure, I want to make it mirrored on the X and the Y axis. So I'll go over here to the wrench tab, add a modifier, make sure it's a mirror modifier under the generate tab right here. So mirror, and automatically it's mirrored to the X axis, as you can see. I'm answering your question. Jeez. Um, and then, so I want to make sure it's set to the Y axis. Um, and yeah, that's pretty much it. But like you'll notice that like as I move it, it's kind of clipping through another all of its objects, the other objects. I want to just make sure clipping is enabled so that it does not move through the objects. That's just kind of the basic gist of it. And I'll undo all that because I did delete something important. Yeah, that didn't make sense. It's okay. You can say it didn't make sense because I know I was just yapping. I know I was just yapping. You can say it. I'll admit it. All right, that's good. Now, as always, if you have any questions, it's going to be um, $50 for consultation. So I'll link my PayPal in the description. So if you have any questions, it's going to be $50 to ask them, and then another $50 for me to give you a response. So just keep that in mind. I'm never touching Star Wars UGC. I'm never touching it again. That was a dark time. This is one thick sword. Jeez. Oh, I forgot the build tutorial. Um, yeah, I'll do that next as a live stream. Yeah. I actually have to like study some stuff about that though, because there's like certain techniques that are pretty specific. But yeah, I'll definitely try to do that in the next live stream. Yeah, they closed UGC applications. They said they would release it like months ago to the public, but it hasn't been released. But the reason why they closed UGC applications was so that they could publicize it, but that has not happened. You're gonna follow along from here? Is that even possible? Like not even I couldn't follow along from this point. All right, I mean good luck. I'll try to slow down. And yeah, if you have any questions, just let me know. Basically, all I'm doing is just a lot of outlining. I don't doubt it. Gabe, be nice. This is no place for hate. Okay, we are getting somewhere with the shape. Uh, there we go, Gabe. That's more like it. That's what I like to see. me work on that. So how's everyone's day been? Bro. News no. Be nice. Be chill. Be kind. Be lovable. Be loving. Mm. You caused him to have a bad day. What a shame. Let me just see. Um. Hmm. Uh-oh. Wait, okay, never mind. Alright, I'm gonna make like a little slot here for some detail later on to hand paint. I'll make sure that's flattened. By the way, if you're following along, make sure you installed loop tools. I don't think the stream's gonna pick this up, so I'm not even gonna bother it, but I'll just give a rundown. So go to the file, I'm sorry, go to edit, go to preferences, then go to add-ons, and then type in loop tools, and just click enable. And that gives you a bunch of like cool options for um, geometrical functions. Loop tools is mid? What are you talking about? Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to make sure. Um, I'm trying to make sure it's quality, you know? Cause I care. I care. I'm like you, lazy moderator. Yeah, when's the last time you moderated something? Your topology. Uh, I can understand that. I mean, it doesn't work that great if the topology isn't that good, but you just gotta keep making new things. You ban someone with an IP grabber. In my server? Really? I have no idea who won that. I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna undo this. Okay, we have some weird faces right there. Let me check. Oh, that's not an IP grabber. That's just a Steam scam. But thank you, thank you. I'll give you +5 social credit. Good job. But get back to the factory before I give you 10 lashings, okay? Yeah, sometimes I can. Yeah, you're right. What's up, GPO lover? Then I won't give you lashings. I'm gonna delete this, and I'll work on that. Work on something else. Yeah, you're right. It does. I'm also gonna make recolors so that it combines with like the other hoods too. But yeah, it's just pretty cool. Never. Okay, maybe someday. I don't know. The sword, one version of it may be free, but I plan on making most of them limiteds. One or two versions may be free. It just depends on like which of the hoods it was colored after it was free. So actually, let me check real quick. I'm just gonna go ahead and see the release schedule. Okay, none of the hoods were free, but I'll make one free. The skin of Aatrox? Okay, sounds interesting. Did I say that right? Like, I feel like it's pronounced Aatrox. Like, there's two A's. So it's gotta be, like, extended. Aaron. Aaron. It's not Aaron, it's Aaron. At English? Why am I so good at English? I'm just, like, born that way, you know. This looks like a butt cheek. Sorry. My bad. That just it just slipped out. I'm sorry. I'm streaming someone else's YouTube. Bro, what? Oh, the model? Oh yeah, I knew that. I totally knew that. Okay, this is gonna be. I don't know. I actually don't know what this part's gonna be, but it's gonna be something, and that's enough for now. Might be some mystical stuff. Might be some special magic. Yeah, it's gonna be UGC. You may be able to get one from codes. That's all I'm gonna say. No, don't stop talking in the chat. No. Keep talking. I'm locked in, but I can only get locked in when people talk in chat. When people don't talk in chat, I'm just not locked in. You know how it is. Okay, here is our hilt or sword, hilt, handle, whatever. I might bring the spikes down on the sides here. Really, this is the first time. Nice. Okay. That looks good. From a practical standpoint, if you put your hand on this and tried to wield it around like an actual sword, you would cut yourself immediately. But from a visual standpoint, it looks pretty good. I'm gonna turn on a light in my room. It's getting dark. I'll be right back. All right. I'm scared of the dark. No joke. I actually am scared of the dark. Like I'm terrified. Like you'd assume like I'm 18. I should have moved on from this by now, but like no, 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 no. I would not be waiting for this forever. Just join the Discord server and I'll like announce it like a day or two before I drop it. But do not be waiting for this thing. It might take a while to release. Okay, this part is kind of done. Are you already in it? Okay, cool. Oh, you were? Okay, cool. I see. I see it. How much if you wanted to buy the sword for a game? Like the model itself? Or like what do you mean? Like you want to buy the model for a game? Okay. Um I don't know. I might just open source it so you can get it for free. I'm not 100% sure. Like it just depends on how much effort I put into actually like hand painting it, and if it's like if it becomes like a lot of trouble, then I might charge you. But if it's not too much trouble at all, like hand painting it, then I'll definitely put this up for free. So you can use it whenever you want. But I do have to work out like an agreement though, so you don't just end up like uploading this to UGC or like profiting off of it elsewhere. So I'm not going to be uploading any like accessories to like a marketplace without that agreement in place, just so I can protect myself. All right, enough yapping. Enough yapping. Enough yapping. I gotta get this done. What mic do I use? Uh, it's not a good mic. It's a Logitech gaming headset. I got it a long time ago. I also don't really know how to configure it, but you can probably pick up my keyboard and my lips smacking every time I talk, which is unfortunate, but that's just life. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure you can tell. Okay, let's get back to work. Let's back to work. Back to work. You can keep talking in chat. I'll respond when I can. Yeah, I am. What a what a question. What a question to ask. I know he could tell. Oh yeah, I remember that. How did I forget? What if you want to sound terribly? What do you mean? Did I miss the joke? I think I missed the joke. I'm sorry if I missed the joke. See? Wait, hold on, 1 second. Si la espada será roja. Wait, si la espada será roja. Roja. Wow. Whoa. What just happened? I can't speak. La si la espada será roja. Okay. I use Google Translate. I'm sorry. I know. I can roll my R's. I can roll my R's, I swear. But like, bro, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. Shut up. I tried my best. How am I gonna make this thing? I'm getting rid of that. And I'm gonna add like a little in it. You speak Portuguese? I hope you understood what I just said. Yes, the sword will be red, but there's also gonna be different colors too. This is a thick sword. Sorry, but like it is. It is. The sword looks like a dagger. Well, maybe. Maybe it will look different when it's done. I mean, hopefully it looks different when it's done. I'd hate for this to look like a dagger. Oh no, I think it's gonna look like a dagger. That's unfortunate. We'll have to do some fixing up. I'm on the blade. What are you talking about? One Blender tutorial. Probably sometime after this. It's gonna be stylized again. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what it's gonna be about though. Any of you watch Arcane? None of you have watched Arcane? Bro, what have any of you watched Arcane, the show? Mario. How to import image. Okay. To import an image, just make sure your camera is set to one of the viewport presets like this. So make sure it's like flat. Click on Shift A or press Shift A. Go down to image. Click on reference. Scroll down till you find an image that you downloaded, and there you go. There's your image. There's other ways you can do it, but that's like one of the most common methods to use. Alright, spike time. I'm going like really slow. I gotta speed up. We can get this done. We can get this done. I'll just separate that vertex. And then do this. Thing is though, like, this is such a weird sword model. Like geometrically speaking. Because the main part of the sword is in the middle, and then you have like the metal outline there. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah, this one was out of the suggestions. Okay, there we go. There is part of the spikes. And shoot. I'm not sure where to go from here. Oh, never mind. That's better. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Oh, thanks for subscribing, dude. It means a lot. Try my best to at least make sure the stuff I do is understandable. I am. I actually never thought I'd make it this far. Like it's pretty surreal to even have like 500 subscribers. Like that was crazy. And 400? Yeah, I'll definitely live stream a lot more. It's nice talking to you guys like while I'm working. I appreciate it, man. But I'm not getting the 5 or 6K until I'm a bit more consistent with my uploads. I gotta feel like I actually deserve that amount of subscribers. And right now, I don't really think I deserve it because I'm not consistent with my stuff. I don't have enough content to warrant that many subscribers, if you know what I mean. But I still really appreciate it though. I'm genuinely glad that you enjoy my stuff. Gabe is just a hater, an actual hater. There's no other diagnosis. Just a hater. Yeah, you're right. It does take time, but it is something I enjoy. Thank you, GPO. Gabe, I'm firing you. Yeah, I made the Dominus hats. All of my stuff, it was created by me. I don't have any like other friends in the UGC program, other than Tall Roblox. But I don't want to ask him like do anything for me, other than limited uploads because sometimes my slots run out. But yeah, he's busy with his own stuff. His stuff is pretty cool too. No, I have not. I've not fired Tony for putting the Goblin head on sale. Tony ran away, but we caught Tony. We caught Tony though. We didn't fire him, but we caught him. And actually, I'll send him to you right now. Give me just a second. Yeah, I just sent. Here's a link to Tony. Gabe. It's okay, guys. Gabe is just joking. He's just joking. He's a mod for my Discord server. So naturally he's a loser, but it's just jokes. Uh, how long? 3 years. Not. I mean, I learned it in a day. Like I learned it. Well, actually, no, I did. I mean, oh my gosh, I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. I watched a video on how to model in Blender, and I finished that in a day. So I would technically say that I learned Blender in a day. In terms of getting better at Blender, that took me 3 years. So all of you are capable of learning Blender in a day, but in terms of getting better, that's when it becomes a matter of time and consistency. Yeah, the donut tutorial, I do not recommend a donut tutorial at all for anything actually, like not even organic modeling. And I'm sorry to all you Blender Guru fans, but that video series just is not. It's not it. I did it too. I followed it too. Um, but yeah. What's the best? What are you trying to get into? Like, what type of modeling are you trying to do? Like hard surface modeling or for games or like what? Because it depends on what you want to do. All right. So for hard surface modeling, I recommend a channel called Flipped Normals. I'll send you their link, their information right now. Give me just a sec. All right. So this is their whole playlist. I recommend checking out the lightsaber videos specifically for hard surface modeling. And then once you finish those videos, then try to experiment on your own with the techniques that you've developed from the videos. Um, that's pretty much all I can say in regards to actually learning the software. I hope that helped. I don't really know many good channels out there for actually learning Blender for game development. I'm sure if you looked some up, like you could definitely find a few, but it may take a bit of research. I don't recommend learning it primarily from those channels or YouTube channels in general because you're just going to end up like you're never going to be able to develop your own techniques. And that's part of the biggest that's one of the biggest things in 3D modeling, like developing your own way of modeling. So it's definitely going to take some experimentation. But in terms of getting a hang or getting started with Blender, that video series is very helpful. Why I got into this, I'm just going to keep yapping. There's never going to be an end. So I got into the. Actually, one second. I'll answer that in a second. Miyabi, what tutorial specifically? Because there are a few that I'm thinking about making. Oh, Blender for Beginners tutorial. Okay, yeah. That's gonna come soon. It's gonna take a lot of planning to put together, because I actually have to make sure it's tailored to beginners. And I'm not a teacher, but yeah, I'm definitely gonna be working on that soon. And I'll let you guys know too. In terms of why I got into this, um, I I was doing collaborations with another creator called Tall Roblox One. I wasn't in the program at the time, but like he offered like to I would make the models, I'd sell them on his group page or on a group page that was owned by the both of us, and then we'd kind of split profits like 60-40 or 70-30. I forget what the margin was, but um, yeah, he makes the Half-Life helmets. Now he does. Um, he's doing pretty well right now, and I think he is. I hope he is. Um, so after like a few months of that, I decided to apply for the program, and it took me like 9 months to get in, which was crazy. Like there was no response, no communication, but 9 months later, I got an email saying that I got accepted into the program, and I wanted to scream in excitement, but I was at school, so I just kind of, did a bit of a thumbs up for myself. I got the larger amount because I was making the models. Um, yeah, then I got into the program and I was still making things under the same group, and it was going pretty well. Then I got into Star Wars UGC, so I was making Star Wars accessories, and that ended in October. That lasted for 5 months. Yeah, it lasted for 5 months, and I got a DMCA from Disney, and that kind of screwed me over. Um, yeah, it really screwed me over. A lot of my community members left, and I kind of had to rethink what I was going to be doing. And then I began doing some like fantasy stuff for my game I was making, which didn't really work out that well. And now I'm doing this stuff. I don't want to say limited knockoffs because at least I'm putting my own spin on it, and you can't say I'm doing ripoffs. But yeah, that's how I'm here. In terms of getting into modeling, that's a whole different story that I will save for later because I will just not stop yapping about that, as you say so eloquently. But yeah, it's just the basic introduction to my journey. Do I make your textures for builds? Oh yeah, my group wall is a war zone. It got crazy. I have to reorganize it. I really got to reorganize that. Do I make my textures for builds or no Studio? Yes, I do. I don't use any other engine other than Roblox Studio. I'm kind of stuck on this platform because I don't have anywhere else to go. My friend is moving to Unity, and I plan on following him there relatively soon. But as of now, I'm stuck on Roblox. And I emphasize stuck. Like, I don't want to be here. This platform is not the best for developing anything. Do I recommend work for a UGC creator? Um, yeah. Yeah, I definitely do. Just make sure they don't try to screw you over with earnings and stuff. Make sure you're getting paid appropriately. Make sure you're pricing your work appropriately. Don't let them control how much they pay for your work. Always set the price yourself because it's your work. Never let anybody else set the price for your work. But yeah, it can be very profitable if you do it with the right people and if you get in touch with the right creators. Probably not tonight, but next live stream I'll think about it. I'll definitely no, I'll definitely live stream myself making a texture for this sword, but it might not be like as in depth as you want it to be. All right, so that's how long the sword will be, and we'll start working on the next spike here. If you guys could like just put in chat though real quick, like what type of tutorials you would want to see going forward, like focusing on what? I have no idea when public UGC comes out. Absolutely no clue. Like developer relations has not been transparent at all, so we're kind of just left in the dark as to when it comes out. But yeah, I have no idea when they're planning on releasing it. Nothing to do with Gabe though. You're a shadow banned. You're shadow banned. You've been shadow banned. Return to the Shadowlands because you've been shadow banned. Workflow on builds. Oh yeah, definitely. I got you on that. Because that is a topic I did want to touch on. Detailed tutorial of Blender. Sure, yeah. I told someone else I was working on that. It just takes a lot of preparation and a lot of planning. In other words, I actually haven't started planning for it, but I will. No. I didn't give up on World of Keranos, but I'm reevaluating what I want to do for it. So I feel like an MMO is a bit too grand for my current experience level and current like level of team members because I have nobody working on this game other than me and my friend, and it's taken a lot of work to even get to where we are right now. So I'm not going to give up on World of Keranos, but I may be like recreating it, like making it as something else, like a immersive storytelling RPG game, like something. I'm still going to try to make something that reflects my passion for game design and something that reflects my passion for stylized art, but it probably won't be a fully fledged MMO. But that allows me to focus on like more important aspects like the story. Like if I don't make an MMO, then you rest assured that I'm gonna be like busting my butt on making this the most like tear jerking, heart wrenching narrative ever seen in a Roblox game before. But yeah, this is definitely still a passion project of mine, so I'm gonna be passionate about it. Oh, I remember that. Yeah, yeah. Um, that clicker game is still in the works, by the way. It's not what you think it is. Like, it's not just like a cash grab. Am I still keeping the WoW style? Yeah. And I'm actually gonna try to actually hold on one second. Um, I'm probably not gonna keep the WoW style textures. As a matter of fact, I might be moving into more League of Legends style textures because when comparing the two texture styles of Riot Games character model or asset model and a World of Warcraft character model or asset model, I definitely see myself liking Riot Games more. So this image here, this is a character model from League of Legends. I like this texture style a lot more than World of Warcraft's texture style because there is a difference. It's a distinct difference. Sorry, there's a small difference, but there is a difference in the texture style. I just like this better. But I'll be combining the two like as well. I'm not just going to be like sticking with one texture style. I'll definitely be combining. But yeah, I'm going to be basing it off of League. Crappy game, but awesome, awesome art. Like League of Legends concept art basically has a game. Like the game doesn't have concept art. The concept art has a game. That's how I like to think of it. Because the game is just horrible. I'm gonna be honest. I started textures like a year after I started Blender. I started in Substance Painter. I didn't start with hand painting. I just did like generated stuff. And once I like started playing World of Warcraft a lot more, I was like, wow, how do they make these textures? So I did some research, learned that it was called stylized. They were called stylized textures. And I did some research on how to make them. There weren't many tutorial videos on how to make them when I was learning it. Thankfully, there are some more now. There aren't a lot of good ones. Or I shouldn't say there aren't good ones. There aren't ones that align with the type of style that I wanted to do. But there are tutorials now, thankfully. And then I started doing that about last year. And I kept doing it. And I kept doing it. It was horrible at first. And once I just kept on like pushing myself, I made a lot better progress with the textures. And I got to where I am now, but there's still a lot more to do and a lot more to go. You play League of Legends? Oh, you're weird. Ew. Ew, you're weird. Oh, get out of my chat, weirdo. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Oh, filling it in while dragging the mouse? Okay, I know what you mean. I'll just show you how I did that. So I have the frame here. So you can see there's the wireframe here. I'm going to click on the object, make sure I'm selecting one of the edges here. So I selected this edge here. And I'm just gonna click on F. F automatically fills empty spaces like this as long as they're supporting edges. So there has to be a supporting edge like that. And then you can click on the edge right there and it automatically fills it because it can automatically detect those edges. Yeah. No. Don't feel bad about asking questions. I'm here to answer all of your questions. If you want a double-sided axe, UGC, sure, yeah, just join the server and send a reference. Make sure you tag me too, just so I know like which reference you want to make it after, and I'll see. No promises, but I'll see. Use Maya? Nah. It's not a bad software. I'm not gonna throw shade on Maya, but I just prefer Blender. I've never used Maya, but yeah, I'd like to stick with Blender because Blender is also becoming more of the industry standard, and that's awesome because this software is amazing. It's free. It's just I could compliment Blender all day. I can never get tired of it. No shade on Maya though. No, I'm not throwing any shade on Maya, but Blender's my family. How many hours do I practice a day? Um, I don't really practice anymore. I mean, I guess I do practice, but like I don't model with the intention of practicing. I just model with the intention of modeling. It makes it easier. I've never like modeled with the intention or the mindset of practicing modeling. Yeah, I just modeled. I don't know what I'm talking about. If you could tell, I feel like I'm just rambling on. In terms of how many times I'm using Blender a day, I think it's like on average like 6 hours a day, maybe 5, maybe less, maybe a lot less actually. I do have a life. I do have a life. Don't worry. Um, but yeah, I do use Blender quite a bit. I don't know how long. Probably because I'm so caught up with Blender. Oh boy. We're we're gonna we're gonna remove that. We're gonna remove that. We're gonna remove that too, bro. What? Oh no, 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 no. Weird. Oh, weird to the oh. Wow, Gabe, you're really disappointing me here. And no, his comment was not valid. You can't justify that, even if you tried. Who said that? Be quiet. Be quiet. You know what you did. We all know what you did. We're making good progress. Yes, you can be as good as me. There are people that are much better than me. So that means you can be just as good as me and better than me. I swear though, like all I did to get to where I am now is I was just consistent with my modeling because like I was passionate about it. Like it was something that I'm incredibly passionate about. So that made it a lot easier for me to like stick to. And it may be a bit harder for someone to stick to it they're not incredibly passionate about, but that does not mean that you can't get really, really good. It just means that it may be a bit harder for you to stick with in terms of how consistent you are. But that's perfectly fine. Like even if you're not consistent, you can still get really, really good. Just keep on modeling. Like or maybe set a schedule for yourself. And if you're bad at keeping schedules, just do it for fun. Like do it when you're bored, do it when you have nothing else to do. Just hop on Blender and start modeling something. Um and I also went out of my way to study stylized art. So that's why I like painting stylized art because I studied it. Um, but like yeah, just gotta be consistent, and you just gotta keep going. Like no one's a prodigy, or maybe some people may be prodigies, but like even if you're not a prodigy, you can be better than the prodigies. Trust me, I've seen it happen. Oh, sorry, Stubels. I started modeling like 3 years ago. I got into it because I was grounded, and I asked my dad if I could learn Blender. Um, and that's just how it started. I got grounded for not doing a math assignment. It's funny, but Yeah, it's just that math assignment, that missing math assignment is what led me down this path. So thank you to my teacher for reporting it to my parents that I was missing an assignment. Oh, I'm sorry. It's just because every time I see your name, my eyes just shut off. Yes, it's bad if you fill in 15 vertices at once. How do you even have 15 vertices to fill in? What are you doing? I mean, I could be missing something. Um, One second. What do you mean by 15 vertices? Okay, Gabe, whatever. So in terms of balancing school and UGC and a Discord and a YouTube channel, um, yeah, Dominic, I'll definitely do that. I'll try to do it soon too. So I don't want to keep you waiting on that. I actually really want to start doing that to those tutorials myself. Um, so in terms of balancing UGC and school, I consider my Discord to be a part of UGC as well. Yeah, I consider my Discord to be a part of UGC. So basically, it's just me balancing school, UGC, and a YouTube channel. Um, do not, and I repeat, I emphasize this, do not take my word for this, but um, I kind of like prioritized UGC and modeling and the YouTube channel over school, but like don't take my word for it. Like um I am as experienced as I am with this stuff because I made the sacrifice of school to focus on UGC. It doesn't mean that like I'm failing. Like I still put in effort. Like I'm passing all my classes, and I'm doing well on all my most of my all of my classes. I'm doing pretty well, but I'm not doing like AP level, honors level stuff or honors level work. I am in AP Comp Sci though, but that's like the only one I'm in. It is difficult though sometimes because I do get a lot of work, and then I really just want to focus on this stuff, but I can't because I got to get my schoolwork done. But my advice, because this stuff is temporary and you will have a lot more time to focus on this stuff, um, is I recommend focusing on school. I recommend focusing on school because you only have a few years of, grades, but you have basically a lifetime of learning how to model. So try to weigh the opportunity cost to that and try to think about what should come first, what I should prioritize, and logically speaking, what you should prioritize is school. And not so much like the learning aspect of it. Like, even if you don't feel like you're learning anything from it, that's fine. If you are, that's awesome. But, like, how you do in school, not only does it, like, have an impact on, like, your college or where you go for college or, like, what you do for college, like, what major you get into, but it also has an impact on your discipline. And you need to practice on building discipline for college. Otherwise, your years are going to be um, pretty difficult. And I'm just, oh my god, ew, Isabella Morton. I'm not trying to give you life lessons, bro. Someone asked me a question, I just started yapping. It's a condition I have. I'm just yapping. But yeah, focus on school. Don't get distracted by Roblox 3D modeling. Definitely focus on school. All right, almost done. So we're at 1K tries right now, which is pretty good. Dude, I promise you, Gabe is just joking. I promise you. I mean, I told you, like, he is a Discord mod. He's my Discord mod. So naturally, he's a loser. But he's just joking. It's okay. He doesn't have any friends. So he comes here to get his frustrations out. It's okay though. Let him get his words out. He's quitting. He's quitting. It's okay, Gabe. I'm firing you anyways. I'm not giving you Robux. That does not look good. Alright, this part's kind of tripping me up. Oh, okay, I'll start paying you guys. Mods. No, you get paid. What are you talking about? Hold on. No, you get access to the backer status. Like, you get free limiteds. You get early access to free limiteds. You get exclusive access to exclusive limiteds. What do you mean you're not getting paid? Dude, if you resell that stuff, you're basically rich. You're loaded. Game devs make more money. That's just a universal fact. Game devs make more money. Even if you make some stupid, crappy baby simulator game, you are making a lot more money than the average starter, beginner UGC creator. Gabe, everybody hates you. How does it feel? No, it's spelled Lern. What are you talking about? You don't have mod perms. Sorry. Um, that depends on what you want to do. I know a lot of what I'm saying and a lot of how I'm responding to your questions is answered by that. It depends on what you want to do, but like it really does depend on what you want to do. So, Dominic, what do you want to do? Like, do you want to get into game development, like the style aspect of game development, or more the um, scripting aspect of game development? If it's the latter, then I definitely recommend learning Lua, and if it's the former, I definitely recommend learning how to model. Obviously, having both skills under your belt. Yeah, all right. So if you're trying to get into the style aspect of game development, then I would definitely recommend learning how to model to a high degree. But like I said, like it's good to have both of those skills under your tool belt. You will never get dev perms for World of Keranos. Why do you want dev perms for World of Keranos? Yeah, I'll definitely make more UGC tutorial videos. Discord link. I'm making a Discord for this channel. I'll also send you the Discord link for the UGC group. But like, if you want to like get help, like active help for stuff related to this specific channel, then I recommend just waiting. I'll make a community shout about it, but it's gonna that shout's gonna contain a link to the Discord for the channel, which is not made yet, but it will be. Let me just send it real quick. So here is the UGC Discord link. Let me pin it too. Lekenti. Oh, wait, that was the old. Oh my gosh, that's the name of the town. That's an old name. It was named Lekenti, but I named it Telepta. I don't know why. I don't know why. My naming is not that good. It was kind of like just in the moment. It took me. Let me see. It took me a while. It did take me a while, but let me just try to remember. Okay, so from February 20th of last year to October 7th of last year. It took me 8 months to make the town. Oops, give me a second. My chat broke. Let me just fix it. All right, there we go. How to import it? Yeah. Once I finish the model, I'll show you how to import it into Studio. Then I'll work on textures. Do I have another part-time job? UGC is my only source of income right now. I may be working over the summer. I'm not sure. But, yeah. That's all I got so far, which is okay. Yeah, like, I'm 18. I'm not really expected to have that much going on right now. It's good that I do, but, like, if you're 18, you don't really have a lot going on. That's just totally fine. Like, don't even worry about it. Eight months? Yeah, it did take 8 months of working consistently. Okay, try to rob me. Go ahead and try to steal my 6 cents. No. Sure, whatever. Stop asking me these weird questions. Gabe, what? Bro, shut up. God, you're so weird. Oh my god, you're so weird. You're so weird. What do you mean what? Don't play dumb. Don't play dumb. Dev perms one. Never, never. I'm never giving you dev perms. Oh, you are a lousy, lousy Discord moderator. Don't know why I gave you the role. Don't know why I pay you. I already have someone working on the scripting stuff. Can I sing the first verse of I Want It That Way? I'm not a singer. You'd have to actually, like, you really need to convince me to sing. Like, give me a reason. Give me a reason to sing. And I'll think about it. No guarantee. No. Because you can clip it. No, that's not a good reason. Who? What do you mean who? Ooh, buying an expensive item. Uh, nah. Maybe later. Maybe later. Like maybe in another stream. I'll think about it, but not this one. Cause I'm tired. I'm tired. It was a scripter. My friend. I'm sure you will. Okay. No, I said maybe. I said maybe. No guarantee. There is no guarantee. But there is a possibility. One sec. It's having one modeler inefficient. Um, it is definitely harder with just one modeler. Like I'm the only modeler working for the game project, and I'm the only modeler working on my UGC. It would definitely be a lot more efficient if I had another modeler, but I can't find anybody who'd be willing to work or who can work, so I'm kind of stuck where I am now. But I'm not struggling or anything. But yeah, it would be a lot more efficient to have another modeler. How do you get the UGC? This one may be released as a limited. One second. Sorry, I had to scratch my eye. This one may be released as a limited item, so you'll just have to get it from the catalog. But there will be some recolorations that are free. I'm gonna combine this stuff here. I'm not telling you the name. I'm not name dropping him. No. I don't want you to go ahead and harass him. Scale the builds. I import a Roblox avatar and then I model it based off of the size of the Roblox avatar. So I import a Roblox avatar into Blender. I model the building in Blender with the Roblox avatar visible, and that's pretty much it. It's really helpful. Okay, harass me, then I'll just ban you. Gabe. Filth. Peasant. Fool. Yeah, sure. Definitely. It's a quick tutorial. Actually, I think I already have one. Let me just find it. It doesn't cover like avatar. Actually, no. I don't want you to watch that one. Don't watch that one. I'll make a new one covering that because there are some specific things for avatar creation that you need to keep in mind. So I'll make a new tutorial for that stuff. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I make the textures all myself. No, it's not all drawn. Yeah, everything that you see is made 100% by me. Yep. I made a few walking animations a while back and running animations, but I scrapped them because they were kind of ugly. So I am making new ones. Uh, he's just been with me since day one, really. He did clothing for a bit, but like he's like gotten like extremely busy, which is it's like completely understandable. So yeah, he's stuck with me since day one, and it's really helped me out a lot. So yeah, why can't you dev? Uh Dude, like I don't need devs right now. Like, I don't need like scripter devs. I need modeler devs. Great, make the clicker game. No, no, that's not how it works. Can't I can't make a game by just making models. I gotta actually script this stuff. I don't know how to script. Not on Roblox, especially. Okay, then make the clicker game. Like, there's nothing I need you to develop for other than that clicker game. I need scripters for the clicker game, not World of Keranos. Um, because I already have someone working on it. No, I don't. A necessary amount of polygons for a decently detailed model. It depends on what the model is. So you got to keep in mind like how many people are going to be using it, how often it's going to appear in game, and um, one second. Okay, yeah. So you just wait. I'll be right back. One second. Okay, back. So, um, for something like a sword, this is at 1.3k tries, or in other terms, 1.3k polygons. This is perfectly acceptable for a sword, I think, in like any game. It gets a bit difficult when you're working with models that require higher detail. Uh, I understand that it can be difficult to like preserve try counts. I don't really know how to tell you how to go about doing it, but just like really keep in mind how how often the model is going to be appearing in a game, how many people are going to be using it, and how detailed it needs to look. And don't try to go adding like hidden details. Like don't try to add like detail that's inside the model that no one's gonna see, because that's just like takes up a lot of triangles. So yeah, that's just one thing to keep in mind. Uh, yeah. For morphs, speaking on morphs and try counts with morphs, I would say an acceptable limit would be like 14,000. Yes, productive, very productive. Dumb question. How do I connect this part here? Not a lot. Not a lot. I used to use sculpting a lot for stylized game models, because I thought that was like the only way to go about making them. But turns out you just gotta hand paint them. So I don't really sculpt a lot. If I'm sculpting like really high detailed meshes or models, then if I'm making really high detailed meshes or models like a rock surface, then I'll definitely sculpt it. Let me show you what I mean by really high detailed. So this ArtStation link contains an image of a model that I would say is really high detailed, and this was made by someone who works at World of Warcraft. She works for Blizzard, and she sculpted this. Then she hand painted it. So this would be like a situation or scenario where a sculpted model is definitely appropriate, but you could also get a similar effect in a different style by hand painting. And I just prefer hand painting more. Sculpting kind of streamlines the process a bit, but I personally prefer hand painting. Best soda. Hand painting is when you go to texture paint, like, or yeah, hand paint, like it basically is what it is. So you are basically taking a stylus, like a digital stylus, which is like a pen that you can hook up to a tablet, and then it'll sync up to your screen. You take that and you just start painting texture details onto a model. So you paint this metal material, you paint this red material, you paint this handle material. So you're just painting all of the detail. Uh, it's not really simple. You'd assume it would be simple, but like it requires a lot of artistic direction and understanding of shading and color mixing and color blending. It's something that people like study for years, and it's really difficult to pull off. Stylized hand painting is really really difficult. But you would assume it's simple. I assumed it was simple, and that was a big mistake. Yeah, it does transfer to Roblox Studio. Not the best though, but it does transfer. Because Roblox Studio is not like that. It doesn't really have cool, or it doesn't have good lighting. It doesn't have a good engine at all. I'm not checking DMs. You spammed me with 30 messages. I'm not opening that. because I can see it. Like I can see the 30 messages and your profile picture, but I'm not opening the DM. And we're gonna make the little spike in the middle now. So we'll duplicate one of the things there. Techniques. What do you mean techniques? Yeah, what do you mean by techniques? I recommend Unity if you're starting out, and only if you're starting out, like not if you plan on making any actual games in Unity, because of that really dumb creator tax that they're imposing on people. But it's good for getting like a basic understanding of game engines. Then once you're like a bit more experienced, try moving into Unreal. Um, I have no experience in either of those engines, so don't take my word for it, but that's just what I've heard from other people who have experience in those engines. Um, there's a lot of questions. Okay, let me think of some good answers. So I'll address the question that requires at least a bit of talking first. How much money have I made off of UGC? How much Robux have I made off of UGC? Um, Enough to buy all of the jailbreak game passes, and I'll leave it at that. And Dominic, you next. I recommend Stylized because oh my god, low poly can sometimes be confused with just low effort, and you may get into a habit of trying to justify a bad creation with it just being low poly. What am I talking about? No, that's not even true. Hold on. All right. I personally like Stylized. It's up to you. Completely up to you. Um, if you want to do low poly, go for it. People have made low poly look awesome. It definitely is going to take a lot of commitment, though. Everything takes commitment. So don't be surprised if like your first build or your second build doesn't look that good. Um, but yeah, I recommend just sticking with what you want to go. Don't let me give you like any guidance or tell you. No, let me give you guidance, but don't let me tell you what you should be doing. It's completely up to you, and it always will be up to you. Just because I may be a bit more experienced with like 3D modeling doesn't mean that my word is absolute. It doesn't mean that you should be listening to every single thing I say, because your life is still your own. Your experience on this platform is still your own. So live it and experience it how you want to live it, not how I want you to live it. Best soda. I like Sprite. I like water though. Water is like supreme, but Sprite's cool. And beginner tips for beginner. Uh, don't compare your other work. Don't compare your work to other people starting out, because you will 9 times out of 10 be disappointed by the outcome of that. It's something I did a lot. It really kind of messed me up. Made things a bit harder for me mentally. I'm still kind of struggling with it, but yeah, don't be comparing yourself to other people. Also, don't involve yourself with the majority of development communities on the platform. because they're just full of toxic people who have the worst egos ever. You're not going to learn anything from them other than how to be hateful, other than how to be cruel to other people trying to start out in this field of art. And it's just a never-ending cycle of cruelty and hate and anger. So don't join those dev communities. I know I just described them to be like hell. They basically are hell, but just try to find a community of people who um, will work towards helping each other out. Favorite Roblox game? I like um, I like a game called Blade Ball. I think it's called. I don't really play Roblox games that much. Not as much as I used to. Yeah, it's a game called Blade Ball. Let me send it to you. I'm sure you probably heard of it. Like it has 3.1 billion visits. And 1 second. Uh, Favorite League of Legends character? I like Jin. I never played League of Legends, but like I've seen the concept art and the cinematics. And yeah, I like Jin the most. I checked my DMs, Gabe. There's nothing important there except you spamming me. Favorite game in general? It fluctuates. It changes. Like right now, I'm really into Baldur's Gate 3, like really into it. But I also like playing Star Citizen and World of Warcraft. Actually, no, not World of Warcraft as much as I used to. I like what they did with Dragonflight, the most recent expansion. But yeah, I haven't really been playing it a lot recently. My favorite game of all time, though, is a game called Star Wars: The Old Republic. It's a MMO. I played that for years. Yeah, the subscription is really annoying. When I was younger, I used to be like really scared about my subscription time running out because I knew that would just mean I wouldn't be able to play the game anymore. Multiple parts definitely. Like I just added in a cube. This is a cube. I duplicated it from this, but I made it a separate part. So definitely model with multiple parts. I used to get in the habit of modeling with just one plane, and it was not an enjoyable experience at all. It was pretty bad. Um, I like games with a lot of lore too. Like Baldur's Gate 3, it has a lot of lore. And it's really immersive, and I really like games that, you know, are like that. It's inspiring too, because like I can take inspiration from those games and like make my own narratives based on the techniques that they use, the storytelling techniques that they use in those games. I hate Adopt Me. I hate it. I've actually never played Adopt Me, but like I just hate it because everyone else hates it. You know, I'm getting into that hive mind mentality. Everyone hates it. I hate it too. I hate it too. I don't know why I hate it. I've never even touched it. I trust me, I won't. You did not hear that, Gabe. I didn't say I hates it too. You're going crazy. Okay, are we done, or do we have more to go? What do you think? Let's flip this upside down. I, bro, I'm so tired. Uh-oh, battery's low. Let me just plug it in real quick. All right, there we go. How long have I been making this? I think it's been 2 hours. Yeah, pretty much. Okay. Okay, we just want to finish this up really quick, then we'll get onto the textures. I promise. But I did have something in mind that I wanted to try out. It's definitely a good investment. A PC is always a good investment. Yeah, I use a drawing tablet for textures. There we go. This just adds a bit more like support for um, the hilt piece. I really don't have any recommendations. Um, 1 second. Okay. I don't really have any recommendations for a drawing tablet. I use a really simple one. It's a Gallimon M M10K, I think. So it's big, so I don't think it's that simple, but it does the job perfectly fine. Yeah, I don't have any complaints. Don't have any suggestions. I'm my own uploader. Yeah, I don't have anyone else uploading for me. Because I can't. Like, if I would if I could, but, like, I also don't want to sometimes because sometimes other people are pretty unreliable, especially other UGC creators, because, the industry is full of greedy people The market's becoming oversaturated, and yeah, it's hard to trust people. I know I'm talking like it's like a war, but yeah. I'll start the textures in a minute. Hold on. Impatient. Impatient. I said I was firing you from the Discord. I may as well follow through with that. Gabe, you're fired. You're not a Discord mod anymore. You lost access to the backer status, and you owe me $500 too. Look, modeling takes time, dude. Yes, there was enough cream on the cake. Thank you for adhering to my request. $500 because I asked for it. Don't put up a fight. Don't argue back to me. Oh my gosh! You actually remembered Jubodima? You remember Jubodima? Dude, I didn't expect anyone to actually like acknowledge that. That's crazy. What methods do I use to make the sword? Okay, yeah, we're at a good stopping point right now. 1 second. I'll mark that as a sharp. I'll close this up too. Or hold on, no. And there we go. So just to recap, I started off with a cube. It's a plane. Started off with a cube. I scaled it down. I rotated it 45 degrees on the z-axis. And I made sure I scaled it up to fit the length of the hilt. Like that. Then for the pommel, I just grabbed the top face and then I did that. For the connector from the pommel to the blade itself, I just did this. Pretty simple stuff. And yeah, for the blade, like I'll I don't want to like recap the entire thing, but yeah, that's basically it. That wait, no, that's not basically it. I'll upload a video of the stream to YouTube so you can like watch on your own time. But yeah, I do want to get into texturing while Gabe's headphone is charging, so he doesn't get to see it. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Uh, Let me just fix this up, and we'll get to texturing. So here's a sword model completed, finally. Now we're gonna unwrap it in a way that makes it look acceptable for hand painting, which is what we're gonna do. So we'll go into our UV editing tab, and I'm gonna select the hilt, and I'm gonna press U to unwrap. And I'm gonna select this edge here, mark it as a seam, and then that unwraps in this section here unwraps into this island. So these are called islands in the UV grid. So this is one island. This is another island. And I'm pressing L to select all of these, by the way. So press L, L, stuff like cool stuff like that. So this is unwrapped into its own island. I'm gonna unwrap this too into its own island. And I'm not gonna worry about anything else. It would be different if we were doing hand painting like on like Substance Painter or something. Then we'd have to be a bit more specific with what we unwrap. But for hand painting like this in Blender, it doesn't. I just disconnected. Wait. Uh-oh. Okay, what did you miss? Yeah. Did you understand what I was talking about when I was saying the island? Like, did you see that, or like did you miss that? Okay, I'll just give a brief summary. So this is an island. This is an island. That's an island, and that's an island. Since we're hand painting in Blender, yeah, L to select them all. You L to select this one, L to select that one, L to select that one. Since we're hand painting in Blender, we don't need to worry about being so specific with our UV seams. If we were texturing, like using generators in Substance Painter, then we would need to be specific. Oh my gosh, we would need to be specific. Let's go back into, sorry, let's go out of this, unhide the other objects, and I'll select the blade now. I'll press U to unwrap, see what it looks like. Kind of a mess. So I want to make sure that the surface I'm painting on is good, it's appropriate for painting. So I'll select this loop of edges here. So this outlines the entirety of the blade. One second. So that creates its own island right there. I'll select these edges. And I'm pressing control click, by the way. So I select one edge, press control, then left click to select like a loop, all the edges that are linked to that edge. And there. These ones too. This as well. Thank you. I just got to keep streaming, and eventually the audience will be. Eventually, I'll have a higher audience if I just keep streaming. So yeah, I'll just gotta keep streaming. I'll make this a linked set to. How to fast forward the scene? Just leave, Gabe. Leave. Get out. I'm firing you again. Shameful. Again, guys. He's a Discord mod for my server. Doesn't have much going on for him in real life. It's okay though. I understand. I know, twice in one day is crazy, but this guy just keeps racking it up. right, now we have that done. Just unwrap it, see what we got going on. Weird, icky. I don't like that much. Um, hmm. I think it's workable though. Yeah, that's workable. And I'll unwrap this too. So with everything selected here, I'm gonna press Control A, then apply scale. Then I'll unwrap everything. And now that we have everything unwrapped, I'm gonna go ahead and select a few of the islands, and we're just gonna do some rearranging. So don't be afraid to just rearrange the UV grid when you're unwrapping, or when you finish unwrapping, to make space for other islands. And you want to make sure that the islands are kind of spread out from each other like this. Otherwise, for lower quality, for lower image qualities, they may end up like overlap. The texture may end up overlapping other islands. Thanks, Blue. Appreciate it. So there and there. The bigger objects should naturally have bigger UV islands. So keep that in mind when doing this. So I want to see the blade. Okay, I want the blade itself to have the most space. So I'll pack everything over there. I'll lay this on the side like that. And maybe I'll shrink this. You'll have to ask Aldron about that. Carinos? Oh. Oh. Disgusting. I can't believe you were pronouncing it like that all this time. You disappoint me. Disappointed. Disappointed. I'm just kidding. It's okay. I mean, I personally didn't really know how it was pronounced either until kind of recently. I kind of just like spit some random word out of my mouth and like went with it as the name of the game. All right, there is our UV map set up for the sword. And now uh, we can begin texturing. But I'm like really tired. Hmm. No, you can't become a dev for the project. Stop asking. It's not gonna happen. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna end the stream right now, and then I'll start up a new stream in a few minutes that covers the texturing aspect of the sword. But this is basically everything for the modeling part. Yeah, and if you want to set up some cool settings. Just go on the top drop down on the top right here. Click on cavity, shadow, and make some adjustments like that to give the model some more detail if you want. And that just makes it a bit more appealing in the viewport. You can also change it to matte cap. Just to make it look a bit cooler. Also, one more thing before I end the stream. So sometimes you may notice that your model may be like a bit inverted. So if you flip the normals, your model may end up looking something like this, which is pretty weird, like transparent and stuff. That's just because the normals are flipped inwards. They're facing inwards, and normals are basically like the orientation of the faces to the camera. So we want the normals to be facing outwards. So we're going to select everything in edit mode, click Alt N or press Alt N, click on recalculate to outside, and that just fixes the orientation of the normals. And you can see this happening if you click on back face culling in the viewport shading settings, which is this drop down icon right here. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I will stop the stream now and pick it up in the next stream where we'll be texturing the sword. And that's going to take quite some time, just letting you know. So yeah, thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for the comments. Thanks for the engagement. And yeah, I'll see you later. Take care. Probably later tonight.